So we'll continue to read the canto number 1, chapter number 1, verse number 12. So I will just share my screen again. So we'll move to the next verse. Verse number 12. Suta janasi भद्रं te भगवान् सत्वतं पतिः देवक्यां वासुदेवस्य जातो यस्य चिकीर्षया. Synonyms: Suta, O Suta Goswami, Janasi, you know, Bhadram te, all blessings upon you, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Satvatam, of the pure devotees, Patihi, the protector, Devakyam, in the womb of Devaki, Vasudevasya, by Vasudeva, Yataha, born of Yasya, for the purpose of Chikirsaya, executing. Translation: all blessings upon you, O Sutta Goswami. You know for what purpose the personality of Godhead appeared in the womb of Devaki as the son of Vasudeva. Purport: Bhagavan means the Almighty God, who is the controller of all opulence, power, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. He is the protector of his dear devotees, although God is equally disposed to everyone. He is especially inclined to his devotees. Sat means absolute truth, and persons who are servitors of the absolute truth are called Sattvatas, and the personality of Godhead who protects such pure devotees is known as the protector of the Sattvatas. Sattvatas. Bhadram te, or blessings upon you, indicates the sage's anxiety to know the absolute truth from the speaker. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared to Devaki, the wife of Vasudeva. Vasudeva is a symbol of the transcendental position wherein the appearance of the Supreme Lord takes place. We will move to the next verse, verse number 13. Tanna Sushrushamannan Arhashi Anganu Varnitum Yashashavatara Bhutanam Skemaya Cha Bhavaya Cha. Synonyms: Tat, those, Naha, unto us, Shushrumashanam, those who are endeavoring for, Arhasi, ought to do it, Anga, O Sutta Goswami, Anuvartinitum, to explain by following in the footsteps of previous acharyas, Yasha, whose Avatara, incarnation, Bhutanam, of the living beings, Kshemaya, for good, Cha, and Bhavaya, upliftment, Cha, and translation. O Sutta Goswami, we are eager to learn about the personality of Godhead and his incarnations. Please explain to us those teachings imparted by previous masters, acharyas, for one is uplifted both by speaking them and by hearing them. Purport: the conditions for hearing the transcendental message of the Absolute Truth are set forth herein. The first condition is that the audience must be very sincere and eager to hear, and the speaker must be in the line of disciplic succession from the recognized Acharya. The transcendental message of the Absolute is not understandable by those who are materially absorbed. Under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, one becomes gradually purified. Therefore, one must be in the chain of disciplic succession and learn the spiritual art of submissive hearing. In the case of Shuta Goswami and the sages of Naimisharanya, all these conditions are fulfilled because Srila Sutta Goswami is in the line of Srila Vyasadeva, and the sages of Naimisharanya are all sincere souls who are anxious to learn the truth. Thus, the transcendental topics of Lord Sri Krishna's superhuman activities, his incarnation, his birth, appearance or disappearance, his forms, his names, and so on, are all easily understandable because all requirements are fulfilled. Such discourses help all men on the path of spiritual realization. We'll go to the next verse, verse number 14. आपनाः संसृप्तं घोरं यन्नाम विवशो गृणन् ततः सद्यो विमुच्येत यद्विवेति स्वयं भयम्. Synonyms: apana, being entangled, samsritim, in the huddle of birth and death, ghoram, too complicated, yat, what, nama, the absolute name, vivashaha, unconsciously, grinan, chanting, tataha, from that, sadayaha, at once, vimuchyeta, gets freedom, yat, that which, viveti, fears, swayam, personally, vayam, fear itself. Translation: living beings who are entangled in the complicated messes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. Purport: Vasudeva, or Lord Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, is the supreme controller of everything. There is no one in creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. Great asuras like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others who were very powerful living entities were all killed by the personality of Godhead. And the Almighty Vasudev has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. Everything is related to him, and everything has its identity in him. It is stated herein that the name of Krishna is fear, even by fear personified. This indicates that the name of Krishna is non different from Krishna. Therefore, the name of Krishna is as powerful as Lord Krishna himself. There is no difference at all. Anyone, therefore, can take advantage of the holy names of Lord Sri Krishna, even in the midst of the greatest dangers. The transcendental name of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously or by force of circumstances, can help one obtain freedom from the hurdle of birth and death. We will move to the next verse, canto number 1, chapter number 1, verse number 15. यत्पादसंश्रयसुता मुनयः प्रशम्य न सत्य पुनन्ति उपास्पृस्ता स्वर्धूनि आपोऽनुश्रय anusevaya. Synonyms: Yath, Oj, Pada, lotus feet. Samsraya, those who have taken shelter of. Suta, O Suta Goswami. Munayaha, great sages. Prasammayanaha, absorbed in devotion to the Supreme. Sadhyaha, at once. Punanti, sanctify. Upapsprasta, simply by association. Swadhoni, of the sacred Ganges. Apaha, water. Anushevaya, bringing into use. Translation: O Sutta, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the waters of the Ganges can sanctify only after prolonged use. Purport: Pure devotees of the Lord are more powerful than the waters of the sacred river of Ganges. One can derive spiritual benefit out of prolonged use of the Ganges waters. But one can be sanctified at once by the mercy of a pure devotee of the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that any person, regardless of birth, a Sudra, woman, or merchant, can take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, and by so doing can return to the Godhead. To take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord means to take shelter of the pure devotees. The pure devotees, whose only business is serving, are honored by the names of Prabhupada and Vishnupada. We indicate such devotees to be representatives of the lotus feet of the Lord. Anyone, therefore, who takes shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee by accepting the pure devotee as a spiritual master can be at once purified. Such devotees of the Lord are honored equally with the Lord because they are engaged in the most confidential service of the Lord. For they deliver out of the material world the fallen souls whom the Lord wants to return home back to Godhood. Such pure devotees are better known as the wise lords according to revealed scriptures. The sincere disciple of the pure devotee considers the spiritual master equal to the Lord, but always considers himself to be a humble servant of the Lord. This is the pure devotional path. We will move to the next verse. Canto 1, chapter 1, verse number 16. को वा भगवतस्तस्य पुण्यश्लोकेऽद्य कर्मणा शुद्धिकामा न शृणुयाद् यशः काली फलाफलमहं. Synonyms. Kaha, who, va, rather, Bhagavata, of the Lord, Tasya, he is punya, virtuous, sloka didya, worshipable by prayers, karmanaha, deeds, suddhikama, desirable deliverance from all sins, na, not, srunyat, does hear, yasa, glories, kali, of the age quarrel, mala apaham, the agent for sanctification. Translation: who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of the age of the quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? Purport: the age of Kali is the most condemned age due to its quarrelsome features. Kali Yuga is so saturated with vicious habits that there is a great fight at the slightest misunderstanding. Those who are engaged in the pure devotional service of the Lord, who are without any desire for self aggrandizement, and who are freed from the effects of fruitive actions and dry philosophical speculations, are capable of getting out of the estrangements of this complicated age. The leaders of the people are very much anxious to live in peace and friendship, but they have no information on the simple method of hearing the glories of the Lord. On the contrary, such leaders are opposed to the propagation of the glories of the Lord. In other words, the foolish leaders want to completely deny the existence of the Lord in the name of secular state. Such leaders are enacting various plans every year, but by the insurmountable intricacies of the material nature of the Lord, all these plans for progress are being constantly frustrated. They have no eyes to see that their attempts at peace and friendship are failing. But here is a hint to get over the hurdle. If you want actual peace, you must open the road to understanding of the Supreme Lord Krishna and glorify Him for His virtuous activities as they are depicted in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll move to the next verse, chapter number 1, cat number 1, verse number 17. तस्य कर्माणि उदाराणि परिजितानि सुरभिः ब्रूहि न श्रद्धाननं लीलया दद्वतं कला. Synonyms: Tasya, Hij, Karmani, transcendental acts, Udarani, magnanimous, Parijitani, broadcast, Surivihi, by the great souls, Bruhi, please speak, Naha, unto us, Sradhanam, ready to receive with respect, Lilaya, pastimes, Tadhatha, advented, Kalaha, incarnations. Translation: his transcendental acts are magnificent and gracious, and great learned sages like Narada sing of them. Please therefore speak to us, who are eager to hear about the adventures he performs in his various incarnations. Purport: the personality of Godhead is never inactive, as some less intelligent persons suggest. His works are magnificent and magnanimous. His creations, both material and spiritual, are all wonderful and contain all variegatedness. They are described nicely by such liberated souls as Srila Narada, Vyasa, Valmiki, Devala, Ashita, Madhava, Sri Chaitanya, Ramanuja, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarka, Sridhara, Vishwanatha, Baladeva, Bhaktivinoda, Siddhanta Saraswati, and many other learned and self realized souls. These creations, both material and spiritual, are full of opulence, beauty, and knowledge, but the spiritual realm is more magnificent due to its being full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. The material creations are manifested for some time as perverted shadows of a spiritual kingdom and can be likened to cinemas. They attract people of less intelligent caliber who are attracted by false things. Such foolish men have no information of the reality, and they take it for granted that the false material manifestations is the all in all. But more intelligent men, guided by sages like Vyasa or Narada, know that eternal kingdom of God is more delightful, larger, and eternal, full of bliss and knowledge. Those who are not conversant with the activities of the Lord and his transcendental realm are sometimes favored by the Lord in his adventures, his incarnations, wherein he displays the eternal bliss of his association in the transcendental realm. By such activities, he attracts the conditioned souls of the material world. Some of these conditioned souls are engaged in the false enjoyment of material senses, and others in simply negating their real life in the spiritual world. These less intelligent persons are known as karmis or fruitive workers, and gyanins or dry mental speculators. But above this, two classes of men is the transcendentalist known as Sattvata, or the devotee, who is busy neither with rampant material activity nor with material speculations. He is engaged in the positive service of the Lord, and thereby he derives the highest spiritual benefit unknown to the karmis and jnanis. Is the supreme controller of both the material and spiritual worlds. The Lord has different incarnations of unlimited categories. Incarnations like Brahma, Rudra, Manu, Prithu, and Vyasa are his material qualitative incarnations, but his incarnations like Rama, Narasingha, Baraha, and Vamana are his transcendental incarnations. Lord Sri Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnation, and he is therefore the cause of all causes. Now we will move to the next verse, chapter number 1, verse number 18. अथाख्याहि हरिर्धीमान् अवतारकतः सुभः लीला विद्वत् स्वैरम् ईश्वरयतं मायया. Synonyms: Atha, therefore, Akhyayahi describe Harehe of the Lord, Dhiman, O sagacious one, Avatara, incarnations, Kathaha, narratives, Suvaha, auspicious, Lila, adventures, Vidadataha, perform, Swairam, pastimes, Iswarasya of the supreme controller, Atma, personal, Mayaya, energies. Translation: O Vaisuta, please narrate to us the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Godhead's multi incarnations, such auspicious adventures and pastimes of the Lord, the Supreme Controller, are performed by his internal powers. Purport: for the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material worlds, the Supreme Lord of Personality of Godhead Himself appears in many thousand forms of incarnations, and the specific adventures found in those transcendental forms are all auspicious. Both those who are present during such activities and those who hear the transcendental narrations of such activities are benefited. Now we will move to the next verse, chapter number 1, verse number 19. वायं तु वितृप्याम उत्तमश्लोकविक्रमे यच्छृणां रसज्ञानं स्वदु स्वदु पद पदे पदे. Synonyms: Vayam, we, tu, but, na, not, Pitrapyaha shall be addressed. Uttama Sloka, the personality of Godhead who is glorified by transcendental prayers. Bikrami, adventures, Yat, which Srinavatam, by continuous hearing, Rasa, humor, Jnanam, those who are conversant with, Swadu, Swadu, relishing, Swadu, palatable, Pade Pade, at every step. Translation: we never tire of hearing the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationship with him relish hearing of his pastimes at every moment. Purport: There's a great difference between mundane stories, fiction, a history, and the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. The histories of the whole universe contain references to the pastimes of the incarnations of the Lord. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata and the Puranas are histories of bygone ages recorded in connection with the pastimes of the incarnations of the Lord and therefore remain fresh even after repeated readings. For example, anyone may read Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam repeatedly throughout his whole life and yet find in them new light of information. Mundane news is static, whereas transcendental news is dynamic, in as much as the spirit is dynamic and the matter is static. Those who have developed a taste for understanding the transcendental subject matter are never tired of hearing such narrations. One is quickly satiated by mundane activities, but no one is satiated by transcendental or devotional activities. Uttama Sloka indicates that literature which is not meant for niches, mundane literature, is in the mode of darkness or ignorance, whereas transcendental literature is quite different. Transcendental literature is above the mode of darkness and its light becomes more luminous with progressive reading and realization of the transcendental subject matter. The so called liberated persons are never satisfied by the repetition of the words Aham Brahmasmi. Such artificial realization of Brahman becomes hackneyed, and so to release real pleasure they turn to the narrations of Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who are not so fortunate turn into altruism and worldly philanthropy. This means the Mayavad philosophy is mundane, whereas the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendental. Now we will move to the next verse. Canto number 1, chapter number 1, verse number 20. Kritavan kila karmani saharamena kesavya atimartyani bhagavan gudha kapata manusha. Synonyms: Kritavan done by, Kila what, Karmani acts, Saha along with, Ramena Balrama, Kesava Sri Krishna, Atimartyani superhuman, Bhagavan the personality of Godhead, Gudaha masked edge, Kapata apparently, Manusa human being. Translation: Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, along with Balaram, played like a human being and so masked he performed many superhuman acts. Purport: The doctrines of anthropomorphism and zoomorphism are never applicable to Sri Krishna or the personality of Godhead. The theory that a man becomes God by dint of penance and austerity is very much rampant nowadays, especially in India, since Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were detected by the sages and saints to be the personality of Godhead, is indicated in revealed scriptures. Many unscrupulous men have created their own incarnations. This process of concocting an incarnation of God has become an ordinary business, especially in Bengal. Any popular personality with a few traits of mystery powers will play. So basically, detected by the sages and saints to be personally recorded as indicated by the revealed scriptures. Many unscrupulous men have created their own incarnations. This process of concocting an incarnation of God has become an ordinary business, especially in Bengal. Any popular personality with a few traits of mystic powers will display some feat of jugglery and easily become an incarnation of Godhead by popular vote. Lord Sri Krishna was not that type of incarnation. He was actually the personality of Godhead from the very beginning of his appearance. He appeared before his so called mother as four-armed Vishnu. Then, at the request of the mother, he became like human child and at once left her for another devotee at Gokula, where he was accepted as the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata. Similarly, Sri Baladeva, the counterpart of Lord Sri Krishna, was also considered as a human child born of another wife of Sri Vasudeva. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that his birth and deeds are transcendental and that anyone who is so fortunate to know the transcendental nature of his birth and deeds will at once become liberated and eligible to return to the kingdom of God. So, knowledge of the transcendental nature of the birth and deeds of the Lord Sri Krishna is sufficient for liberation. In the Bhagavatam, the transcendental nature of the Lord is described in 9 cantos, and in the 10th canto, his specific pastimes are taken up. All this becomes known as one's reading of this literature progresses. It is important to note here, however, that the Lord exhibited his divinity even from the lap of his mother, that his deeds are all superhuman. He lifted Govardhana hill at the age of 7, and that all these acts definitely prove him to be actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet, due to his mystic offering, he was always accepted as an ordinary human child by his so called father and mother and other relatives. Whenever some Herculean task was performed by him, the father and mother looked it otherwise, and they remained satisfied with the unflinching parental love for their son. As such, the sages of Naimisharanya describe him as apparently resembling a human being, but actually he is the supreme almighty personality of Godhead. Now we will move to the next verse, canto number 1, chapter number 1, verse number 21. Kalim agatyam ajnaya kshetrisining vaishnavadpayam ashina dirghasatrena kathayam sakshanam hare. Synonyms: Kalim, the age of Kali, ironies of quarrel. Agatam, having arrived. Ajnaya, knowing this. Khetri, in this tract of land. Asmin, in this. Vaishnava, especially meant for the devotee of the Lord. Vayam, we. Asina, seated. Dirgha, prolonged. Satrena, for performance of sacrifices. Kathayam, the words of Sakyama, with time at our disposal. Sakyanaha, with time at our disposal. Hare, of the personality of Godhead. Translation: knowing well that the age of Kali has already begun, we are assembled here in this holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of Godhead, and in this way perform sacrifice. Purport: the age of calling is not at all suitable for self realization, as was the Yuga, the Golden Age, or the Treta or Dwapar Yugas, the Silver and the Copper Ages. For self realization, the people in Satyuga living a lifetime of 100,000 years were able to perform. And in the Treta Yuga, when the duration of life was 10,000 years, self realization was attained by performance of a great sacrifice. And in the Dwapar Yuga, when the duration of life was one of the 1,000 years, self realization. And in Treta Yuga, when the duration of life was in 10,000 years, self realization was attained by performance of great sacrifice. And in the Dwapar Yuga, when the duration of life was 1,000 years, self realization was attained by worship of the Lord. But in Kali Yuga, the maximum duration of life being 100 years only, and that combined with various difficulties, the recommended process of self realization is that of hearing and chanting of the holy name, fame, and pastimes of the Lord. The sages of Naimisharanya began this process in place meant especially for the devotees of the Lord. They prepare themselves to hear the pastimes of the Lord over a period of 1,000 years. By the example of these sages, the sages of Naimisharanya began this process in place meant especially for the devotees of the Lord. They prepared themselves to hear the pastimes of the Lord over a period of the 1,000 years. By the example of these sages, one should learn that the regular hearing and recitation of Bhagavatam is the only way for self-realization. Other attempts are simply a waste of time, for they do not give any tangible results. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached the system of Bhagavata Dharma and he recommended that all those who were born in India should take the responsibility of broadcasting the message of Lord Sri Krishna, primarily the message of Bhagavad Gita. And one and when one is well established, not give any tangible results, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached the system of Bhagavad Dharma and he recommended that all those who were born in India should take the responsibility of broadcasting the message of the Lord Sri Krishna, primarily the message of Bhagavad Gita. And when one is well established in the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, he can take up the study of Srimad Bhagavatam for further enlightenment in self realization. So now we will move to the next verse. Chapter number 1, chapter number 1, verse number 22. त्वम्नाः सन्दर्शितो धात्रा दुष्टरस्तं निस्तिस्रतं कालीं सत्त्वहरं पुंसा कर्णधारय ituranupam. Synonyms. Tvam, your goodness. Naha, unto us. Sandarstita, meeting. Dhatra, by providence. Dushranam, insurmountable. Nistrishatam, for those desiring to cross over. Kalim, the age of Kali. Sattvaharam, for we think that we have met your goodness by the wheel of providence, just as true. We may accept you as captain of the ship for those who desire to cross the difficult ocean of Kali, which deteriorates all the good qualities of a human being. Purport. The age of Kali is very dangerous for the human being. Human life is simply meant for self realization, but due to this dangerous age, men have completely forgotten the aim of life. In this age, the lifespan will gradually decrease. People will gradually lose their memory, finer sentiments, strength, and better qualities. A list of the anomalies for this age of given in the 12th canto of this work. And so, this age is very difficult for those who want to utilize this life for self realization. The people are so busy with sense gratification that they completely forget about self realization. Out of madness, they frankly say that there is no need of self realization because they do not realize that this brief life is but a moment on your great journey towards self realization. The whole system of education is geared to sense gratification, and if a learned man thinks it over, he sees that the children of this age are being intentionally sent to slaughterhouses of so-called education. Learned man therefore must be cautious of this age, and if they at all want to cross over the dangerous ocean of Kali, they must follow the footsteps. So we'll repeat again. The people who are so busy with sense gratification that they completely forget about self-realization. Out of madness, they frankly say that there is no need for self-realization because they do not realize that this brief life is a moment on our great journey towards self-realization. The whole system of education is geared to sense gratification, and if a learned man thinks that he sees that the children of his age are being intentionally sent to the slaughter houses of so-called education. Learned man therefore must be cautious at this age, and if they at all want to cross over the dangerous ocean of Kali, they must. Learned men therefore must be cautious of this age, and if they want at all want to cross over the dangerous ocean of Kali, they must follow the footsteps of the sages of Naimisharanya and accept Sri Suta Goswami or his bona fide representative as the captain of the ship. The ship, the ship is the message of Lord Shri Krishna in the shape of Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam. We will move to the next verse. Chapter number 1, verse number 23. ब्रूहि योगेश्वर कृष्ण ब्रह्माय धारणमर्माणि स्वयं काष्ठम् अधुनोपते dharmakam saranam gata. Synonyms. Bruhi, please tell. Yoga Iswari, the Lord of all mystic powers, Krishna. Lord Krishna, Brahmaya, the absolute truth, Dharma, religion, Varnani, protector, Swayam, Om. Translation. Since Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us to whom the religious principles have now gone for shelter. Purport. Essentially, religion is the prescribed course enunciated by the personality of Godhead himself. Whenever there is a gross misuse or neglect of the principle of religion, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears himself to restore religious principles. This is stated in Bhagavad Gita. Here, the sages of Naimisharanya are inquiring about these principles. The reply to these questions is given at later. The Srimad Bhagavatam is a transcendental and the Srimad Bhagavatam is a transcendental sound representation of the personality of Godhead, and thus it is a full representation of transcendental knowledge and religious principles. Thus, and the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, first chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Questions by the Sages. So we will stop here, and we have completed the first chapter of the first canto. So we will meet again tomorrow at the same time. Till then, Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.